Let's get right to it, Cowboy Nation. All right, so basically, this particular team, the Dallas Cowboys for the 2023 team, is a tale of two teams. First, starting off for the season, we were a defensive-led team. Everybody knew that this defense just lights out, nasty, great with the approach, making sure that it makes it real rough terrain for the opposing quarterbacks and beyond. And then after the 49ers game, we became an offensive-driven team. And the offensive-driven team is not bad at all. Now, one can argue that this particular team, now being an offensive-driven team, is a whole lot better than the defensive-driven team. Y'all can let me know down below which one you prefer. I prefer the winning team. I prefer the team that's able to get points, put points up, and also hit every single area of the field. That's what Dak Prescott been doing since the 49ers game, right? Now, granted, we still have a loss after the 49ers game. It was against the Philadelphia Eagles, and one can argue and say, well, you know, the aficionados had their hands in it, but we're not going to go back and forth with that. I want to know, ladies and gentlemen, for those who watching, do you like the offensive side of the ball or do you like the defensive side of the ball? Defense wins championships. Here's what I would think with the defensive side of the coin. It's just that the offense caught up with the defense and they surpassed the defense with their approach. Mike McCarthy is in his bag. When you start looking at play call and play design, he got them right. He called the right plays. He just got to work on clock management, and on top of that, red zone, the inefficiency level. They just got to get out of the politic game of it, right? We talked about this on the final word, and we talked about this too. Everything that we went over with that the Cowboys must improve on, they did that, right? But the other part of it is if a dude gets you down there, reward that dude. That dude that needed to be rewarded on their first series against the Giants was Rico Dito. I think that Rico is having an unbelievable year far as for what we known of him. He's been an injured guy, hurt guy, or what have you, but he's been playing. He's been playing pretty decent in this particular system when healthy. I'm not saying that you got to start him over Tony Pollard, but I just want this team to continue to utilize both backs when we get into their red zone. Now, granted, it's hard to gauge and go over things because it was against the Giants. But what we can do is get our feet together, right? Get our mindset together and understand that when you're playing against teams, these are the plays that your players are comfortable working and running and doing. And that's why I will not apologize for a victory. Shout out to you, Dr. Q. You know who you are. But I would never apologize. I would never apologize for a victory. So the Cowboys learning and picking up things, and those are things that the Cowboys must still do. Now, heading into this particular week versus the Panthers, the Dallas Cowboys still got to stack good things together. Now, this will also let me know if they can continue to have the consistency level and not play the politic game. I still want this team to attack with CeeDee Lamb, Jake Ferguson, Brandon Cooks. If we seeing in this game, this upcoming game, that all of a sudden Michael Gallup get those 10 targets, then we know what's going on, right? But I'm not trying to dog on Michael Gallup. Shout out to him for his touchdown catch this past game, right? But what I'm saying is the philosophy and the formula is there. And for those who team Mike McCarthy, put MM in the chat. Y'all know how this thing goes. Put MM in the chat if you team Mike McCarthy. Because Mike McCarthy, he should be the guy that's in his bag. These last 8 games down the stretch, we would know everything about this team. And if this offense can still be efficient, then we going to sit back and say, hey, it don't matter whether or not you believe Dak Prescott is elite or MVP or not. We took care of business. We back in the playoff 3 years straight. We haven't did that type of stuff since the 90s. That's for real. Also, within the confines of this, Dan Quinn. Hey, you're going to have to get out of that politic bag, too. We're going to have to see more tick, more time with Wanye. We're going to have to see more tick and more time with Fowler on the edge. My guy, Boss Cowboy Sports, even said, hey, man, this Fowler, he need more reps. Well, Everybody on that edge, we got a lot of guys. Sam Williams, Dorrance Armstrong, who got 5 sacks, by the way. D-Law, who's been an enforcer on stopping the run, doing his thing. We need to see more of that in a rotational situation. I don't want people to bag on Michael Parsons for him not getting gaudy stats and things like that. Sometimes you will have to be the sacrificial lion. I know it's normally a lamb, but he's a sacrificial lion out here. Team's going to try to figure out a way to stop Parsons, and the Giants did a great job of doing that last game. And this is a copycat league. But if we can continue to push this thing and force teams to spend all night trying to stop Parsons and everybody else eat, then hey, give me the dub any day, every day, and twice on Sunday. Give me the dub. It's all about the dub. It's not about those stat lines for your mind. But at the end of the day, I think this offense is better than the defense at this point. I think the offense will be able to put up points. I think the offense should be able to be efficient with their particular movement out there if they don't get into that politic world, right? Cowboy Nation. Also, we got a lot of time on our hand. And when there's a lot of time on your hand, there's a lot of stuff that's been told and talked out there. And that is Trayvon Diggs talking about Stephon Diggs, his brother. And he did call out Bill's team and said that, hey, Josh Allen, he didn't start producing those good numbers until his brother got there. Now, there was a few people that pushed back and said, well, hey, to each his own. Stephon Diggs wasn't doing great numbers until he got there too. Well, that's when the rubber meets the road type of situation. You know, I'm not sitting here saying that the Cowboys should consider Stephon Diggs next season when whatever going on. But I can tell you it's a rocky road over there. And my guy Trayvon Diggs is being an instigator. Real talk, which I don't mind. He just protecting his. So salute to my guy Trayvon Diggs with all of that time. But hey, Bills, don't y'all be disrespectful, because the truth hurt. Something ain't right with Josh Allen. And we will see him when we see him too. So get ready, Cowboy Nation. Post me your thoughts, post me your concerns down below. Be sure to hit the like, share this content, let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboy Sports Talk and beyond. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Shout out to Beard Gang too, man. Y'all see the beard, baby? Y'all see it. DC for life, not for short. Salute. Let's get it.